The goal of this episode is to make this Jig's high performance aluminum wheel look like a Steely from 1961. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rusto Mod. We are back in the shop and we are going to be switching gears a little bit. We've been working on our 1959 four-wheel drive 7.3 chassis swap truck, but it is hot rod power tour time. So we need to get the vehicles that we're ready to take on power tour, and that is going to be hopefully our 1961 Rambler station wagon. So don't worry, we will be finishing up the F-250. I'm trying to get it ready for our Patina party car show we're having August 8th. But in the meantime, we got to get the Rambler ready to go because I have not driven this car in quite a while and there's some issues we got to tackle. So let me show you guys a quick overview of this thing because I haven't posted about it in a long time, and show you guys what we got to fix. All right, if you guys are OGs to the channel, you know the Rambler station wagon, but if you're not, let me give you a quick overview of this awesome build. This might be one of the most in-depth builds on the channel, so it's really cool build series I have. It's one of my first episodes I've actually posted on Rusto Mod, so it's been around for quite a while. But a quick overview is it's a 1961 Rambler station wagon, and I thought the car was so cool, but it handled terrible and it was really rotted. So what we did was we actually found the wheelbase was the same of a C4 Corvette and the track width was very close. So we actually ended up making a custom chassis and using all the Corvette suspension on that custom chassis. We cut the entire floor, the entire firewall out of this car and put it all together, and it is an awesome hot rod. Now, it is powered with an LS engine and a T56 6-speed manual transmission, so it goes pretty good, and it's a really nice highway cruiser with that 6-speed. Now, we did rebuild this entire car for SEMA a few years ago, and it is very nice. We finished all the interior. We have some awesome gauges in there from our friends over at Speed Hut. They made some incredible, really nice gauges to match our Patina, and we unveiled that at SEMA a few years ago, like I said. Now, the last time I actually drove this car for a pretty far distance was Power Tour 2024, and the car did pretty good. It actually saved the day because Patrick's Volkswagen Beetle ended up locking the engine up. We all piled in this thing and drove back to get a car trailer to be able to save that. But in the meantime, we ended up blowing 2 tires. So the tires were a big issue with this, and we actually ended up making the wheels and tires, which I'll go through in a little bit to show you guys what we have to tackle in this episode. But that is going to be one of the big challenges for this car because it eats up tires like crazy, and we want to try to change that so we don't have any issues this year. So as far as I know, that's the only issues that I've really had with this is just blowing tires like crazy. But let me show you guys what we're going to tackle for the wheels and tire setup for this year's Hot Rod Power Tour. So this is the current wheel and tire setup we have on the Rambler. The tire size is a 305/25 R20, and it is a pretty beefy tire. It's about 12 inches wide. It's a really good setup. It handles great for a Corvette suspension underneath that station wagon. It takes that old classic Rambler station wagon and makes it really handle like a Corvette. It's pretty cool. But this wheel and tire setup is not an off-the-shelf setup. You can see on the back of here, we actually ended up making these wheels and tires for this car. So we took an F-250 Super Duty wheel, we actually cut the inside of it out, and we machined this disc and then welded it into place. Now, the reason we had to do that is because we couldn't find the offset. So the offset on these wheels and tires is really hard to find. A lot of the tire width is far out this way towards the center differential or the inside of the car, and our fenders on the rear come really close to this side of the outside of the wheel. So it's very, very hard to find wheels and tires for this car. We ended up just having to make them ourselves. Now the wheel and tire setup I think looks really cool. It pays homage to the original car. We powder coated them black, and then we went ahead and painted kind of a faux white wall on the outside of it. So it adds some depth to the wheel, but it kind of looks like that old school white wall wheel. But it does have a very, very low profile tire, and that is the issue. So what I wanted to do was basically take this exact setup and just shrink it down to a 15-inch wheel. Now a 15 is what the car had originally, and I think that that looks really cool on the original car, so it'll still look good today. But finding a 15 with this offset is very difficult. So our solution to the problem is this. This is a 245/60/15, and it's a 15-inch wheel with the correct offset. If you can see how much of a dish that has on the back side, that will fit our car. But the problem is the wheel itself is not a Steely, and it doesn't even look like a Steely. So this is just a set of Jegs Basic Star Wheel that I found, and I found them pretty cheap. They're a cast aluminum wheel, and they are a lot lighter than those Steelies, and they're a lot lighter than these 20-inch wheels. So that's gonna be a really nice benefit to having less rotational mass on the car. Now, obviously, we're gonna have a lot more sidewall flex, but that'll be nice when we're cruising this thing 2,700 miles on Hot Rod Power Tour this year. So I really want something that is gonna last me a long time. And I think a 15-inch wheel and tire, I should be able to find anywhere in the country, and I definitely will find a tire shop to be able to mount one. So the goal of this episode is to make this Jegs high performance aluminum wheel look like a Steely from 1961, just a lot more lightweight, and will survive Hot Rod Power Tour this year. So we have a lot of work just for aesthetics, but I think it'll pay off in the end. So let's go to the big shop, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna start with and how we can make this aluminum wheel look like an old school Steely. All right, guys, so I got my wheels here, and I went ahead and I sandblasted them. I tried to get all the polished aluminum look off the wheels, so that way when we paint them black, it has a nice texture to be able to grab to. Aluminum is a little bit tricky to paint, so we want to have a coarse surface for that paint to grab to. We're just going to go ahead and rattle can these things black, but it'll give it that classic Steely look that we're going for. So how are we going to make this wheel look like a Steely? Well, what we thought of doing was cutting out some rings. So we machined these out of aluminum, and they're pretty simple. I probably could make these at home, but my buddy Justin ended up cutting these out on a water jet, so it's a little bit nicer of a finish. So now if you look at these, we have some mounting holes, so I'll explain what those are going to do a little later, and we have a bunch of holes on the edge, and these holes here are tapped so that way we can try to see where our hubcap is going to fit. So I have a bunch of holes around the edges, so that way if the hubcap clips are a little too tight, this will tension it a little bit. And we actually decided that we're going to go with the least amount of tension because the clips that I got for them are pretty tight. So we tapped all these holes so we have a little bit of adjustment. So what this is going to do is it's actually going to sit in the wheel just like this. So that way it kind of appears like a smoothie style wheel, but it really is that performance lightweight aluminum wheel underneath. So now the other mounting holes are for this back ring. So the back ring is going to go inside here, and it's going to sandwich the beauty plate on the outside, so that way it has something to grab onto. Now I can go through and I can actually tap the wheel, so that way we can screw it directly to the wheel, but I didn't really want to go through and tap the wheel itself. It's cast aluminum. If I break a tap off in there, it's going to be a long day. So we're going to try to run it with these, so that way we don't have to machine anything on the wheel, and it'll be a pure bolt-on item. So I know what you're thinking. What are you guys going to do with the center of the wheel? It's still not completely covered up. Well, I went on eBay and I snagged these dog dish hubcaps originally for a Rambler, and I thought they were super cool. So our hubcap is going to go over top of all the bolts and everything we got holding this thing on, and it'll look just like this, but black, and it'll look like a classic Steely, but have that good offset and that lightweight performance. So really excited to paint this thing up, make it look like a Steely, and I think it'll turn out pretty cool. So I have a little bit more things to show you guys, but let's get these things painted up and then we can see what they're gonna look like all black. We'll put it all together, and then I have some special things for our tires that we're gonna be putting on these. All right, well, I got our wheels painted up black. You're not really gonna see a lot of it because the ring is gonna cover it up. But now we gotta put our tires on the wheels. So I'll put these on real quick and then I'll show you something really cool that we got to make it look like a white wall. All right, so I got these are porta walls and they're pretty cool. So I've never used these before, but my friend has used them in the past and I thought they were kind of neat. So just to give it that classic look, to make it look like the white wall on the original car, these porta walls go around the lip and they seal on the bead on the inside of the wheel. So you stick them on like this and then that gets real tight up there on that bead. And then you can inflate the tire and you got a faux white wall on there. Now, I did this because white wall tires are kind of expensive, and if I blow a tire, I'm probably not gonna find a white wall this size, so I can pull these back off, and if I have a spare, I can stick them on my spare and it'll still look like a white wall. So I thought that was kind of cool. But it is a little tricky to be able to get it to seat because when the bead expands on the bead on the wheel, and the porta wall kind of wants to stretch out, so you have to kind of hit it down while it's expanding. So it's a little tricky. I did one of them so far and it came out pretty cool. So I'm gonna try this one by myself, see if I can do it. If not, I might need to grab somebody to help me. All right, now we did have to beat this thing in there pretty good to get it to seat correctly, but we got it sitting pretty flat. So that's kind of the goal, but it is a little messy. So we're gonna use our TKO hand cleaning wipes from Sweet Patina and just go around and try to clean up all the spots where we hit this thing. And it should clean up pretty good. I use these all the time in absolutely everything, and they make light work of cleaning wheels. I know they're used for your hands mostly, but they are really good for just about everything you need to quickly clean. So boom, it looks pretty good. So now we can go ahead and assemble all the plates and stuff that we cut out. I do have a discount code for all Sweet Patina products linked in the description below of every video. So make sure you go check them out. They have a bunch of car care products and hand cleaning products, paint, anything you can think of. They have all the stuff for your Patina hot rod. All right, let's put these things together. Okay, got my plates here. They're all painted up. So we're gonna insert these into the center of the wheel like that. And we're gonna try to angle it so it kind of stops, like it hits one of the corners. That way it won't spin. I don't think it will regardless, because it is pretty tight once you get it all bolted on, but just in case. So I'm gonna flip this up, and then we have the back piece that I'm gonna insert back here. It's a little tricky to do, and then get one of these screws started. Okay, so now that we got our ring bolted on, the next step is we got to put our little hubcap clips on there. So I just tapped those little holes, 1032, and then I got my little screw so I can go ahead and thread these on, and then that will be where our hubcap is going to bolt to. All right, the finishing touch is putting the hubcap on. Boom, clips on just like that, and that is what it's going to look like. I think it looks pretty cool. I definitely like this look on this car. I've always wanted to put hubcaps on it, and I think this is the perfect wheel and tire setup for it. Kind of a cheap, easy solution just to get by for power tour, but I really like the way that these turned out. I am going to put some lock nuts on the back studs going into that plate just to give me a little more security on this plate not flying off going down the road, but I think it should be pretty good. So if you guys want to do something like this at home, if you're struggling with trying to find an offset or just want a lighter wheel but still looks like that classic Steely and cap look, this might be something that'll work for you. So I'm gonna go through, put the rest of these together. I gotta tighten some things up, balance them, and then we can go finally put them on the car and see how it looks. All right guys, back in the shop. We got the wheels all balanced, mounted, and put together, and I think they turned out really, really cool. I really like the way these turned out. I was a little nervous doing this. That was the only idea we had to be able to maintain the Rambler's look, but still have that 15-inch wheel so we can put this thing through its paces on Hot Rod Power Tour. So now the only thing left to do is we got to put these things on the Rambler. I'm gonna lower it down and see how this thing looks. All right guys, well this is the final product of the Rambler wheels. I think it turned out really, really cool. For a few days of work transforming these aluminum wheels to make it look like an old school Steely to match the Rambler's classic look is really, really cool. I hope you guys liked how this thing turned out. I think it's gonna be a lot better on Hot Rod Power Tour this year. Hopefully we don't blow any tires, but if we do, we can probably find one pretty cheap and get back on the road. I set the wheel up here, so I still do have this one, which is a spare tire that I'm gonna bring with us. I am going to do the same thing like I did on the rest of the wheels and make it look that old school Steely look, but I just wanted to wait to do that so you guys could see the difference of where we started and where it is now. Now I'm liking this so much that I was just going to run these for this trip, just a cheap solution, and if I ever go on longer road trips, but I like it so much that I actually might get some real white wall tires to go with these. The Porter walls are pretty cool, but I think they're not really gonna last super long once we drive this thing super far. So we'll see how they hold up on our trip, but I might go ahead and try to find some real white walls to go with this, and I think that'll make the look so much better. Now that we got the wheels and tires knocked out, I have a bunch more stuff to do to get this thing ready to go on Hot Rod Power Tour. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the Rambler episodes we're gonna be posting in the next few weeks. We gotta get this thing ready to go 2,700 miles. I'm on the East Coast and it starts in Illinois, it ends in Oklahoma, and we gotta get all the way back home. So hopefully we don't have any catastrophic issues on the way, but we will see you guys in the next one, and we'll see you guys on Hot Rod Power Tour. If you guys are going to be on Power Tour, make sure you check us out at the Painless booth. We'll be there all week hopefully, and you can see the Rambler in person. So I got to get back to work on this, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.